Hi, it's Cluskey again, out on the Sussex Downs, just crossing a road. People ask me where do I walk? Well, it's the Sussex Downs, which is outside Eastbourne and runs right through Sussex actually. You can walk for literally, I would say hundreds of miles really. They reckon you can walk in England without crossing a road. Believe it or not, you can walk almost the whole of England without walking a road, crossing a road. Isn't that amazing? So, what have I got for you this week? I get a lot of people asking me about making money from music. And after all, that I would suggest is the primary reason for being in music. And that's a very strange thing to say. Yes, we love music, that's a given. I love music, but I love making money from music as well. So in other words, I can honestly say that I've never worked a day in my life because I've always done something that I loved. And they say that is the definition of work. You know, if you love what you're doing, it's not work. Therefore, I've never worked a day in my life. Amazing statement. So, other ways of making money out of music. We talk a lot about music for films, music for TV, music for videos, for games, all that stuff. It all boils down to what you call library music. And one of my members got in touch with me last week, sent me an email asking about an organisation called Getty Images. This is a very steep bit of a hill I'm going up now, so excuse the out of breath. It does me an awful lot of good. Getty Images, their music section. And he's been in touch with them and he's got a favourable reply eventually after months back from them. And he sent me the reply and asked me to comment on it. It's a very sensible reply. Doesn't give any promises. He says he's passed the first hurdle. In other words, they think that his music is good enough to be available on their site for people who want library music. Now, who wants library music? Well, when you think about it, almost everywhere you go, or anything you do on television, I'm nearly at the top here, there is an element of music involved. Even if you go into a lift, elevator in a shop, there's music. Play a game, your kids play a game on the computer, there's music. Films, obviously there's music. Videos, all over the place. So, I'll stop here for a second. Getty Images. Have a little look on your computer, on Google. Very interesting. Now, I explained to my member, I forget now his name, I think it was Peter. I'll call him Peter. I said to Peter, years ago, it was very, very regulated. There were very few companies offering that service, and it was definitely called library music. There's a friend of mine that I produced with for years, Ian Heron. He got very involved with his son when dance music was just taking off big time, say around 84, 85. And he has since made an absolute fortune. In fact, so much now, so he was retired early to France. And there was a time when practically any advert on television that featured dance music, you would absolutely be guaranteed it came from Ian's studio. I was over there a few years ago to visit him, and I was so sad to see this unbelievable state-of-the-art Pro Tools studio absolutely damp and derelict. It was sad. So I said that to Peter, and I also said to him that about 5-6 years ago there were an awful lot of sites sprouted up, one by a friend of mine, Nigel Hopkins, and he actually got in touch with me and said, Dec, what do you think of this? I'm going to make a fortune. And what he was doing was exactly like Getty Images. He was offering a service where he would put music from people like Peter, who would write in, send in their stuff, submit their stuff. And people from films, and the idea was people from films and from television, all those sort of people, would just log on. And it was all arranged in categories, types of music. And they would then choose, and then they would get in touch with the company, Nigel's company, and make a deal. Now that in theory was great, but the proof is in the pudding. Very few of those companies around now. So obviously it didn't work. For one reason or another. Maybe there was no money in it for the people who were putting up the sites and that, and there was a lot of hard work involved probably, which they didn't realise. Or there was no money in it for the artists. So they didn't get the quality of music. I said to Peter as well, the strange thing is in this game is that you have to build a reputation for yourself in any side of the business you're in. Be it writing, be it performing, be it anything, be it programming. You've got to build a reputation, and you only build that by hard work. Getting in touch with people, gaining credibility, looking right, sounding right. It's you're selling. The old story, and I'll do an in-depth on that soon. So there's no easy way. There are no easy websites like the Getty Images website that you just go on and next week you're making a fortune. Doesn't work that way, never did, never will. You have to learn this business. And I always say to you, where do you learn? Well, there's only one place I know, the Serious Writers Guild, and that's not a promotion or boasting or pitching. It's just what I find to be the absolute truth. So this is Dec Cluskey, Serious Writers Guild, stopping for a little while. I'm now ready to go again, so I'll be off, and I'll see you next week. Bye. The home of the Serious Writers Guild.